What is up, Star Wars fans? Welcome to the Star Wars Stop. Grievous is here, and this is my first pretty respectable kill streak that I got with him here on Night Tatooine. If you're not sick of playing night maps yet, then geez, you have some pretty high tolerance. I'm so tired of playing these night maps with this Halloween playlist. But it did turn out to be one of the best maps to use General Grievous on. I felt like he really kind of performed well on this map, and I just want to obviously have a full guide to General Grievous coming out pretty soon, but I just wanted to quickly commentate this kill streak and give you guys some tips and tricks on how to absolutely destroy with Grievous in Galactic Assault and get your first streak with him. So, first and foremost, the biggest hurdle to getting General Grievous is going to be, or no, to getting a streak with General Grievous rather, is going to be actually getting General Grievous. And to be honest, my only piece of advice there is to really bring your A game. Right from the outset, you're going to need to be extremely aggressive, get tons and tons of points fast. I mean, just go straight for the, go right for the throat, go ham. Try and kill as many people as you can. Break out your most OP setup, the setup you're most comfortable with. Definitely have Bounty Hunter on and just try and get him fast because everyone and their mother is going to be trying to get him in games. The cards I'm going to recommend are Beating Heart, Sith Trained, and Cyborg Rage. These cards are really going to take him to the next level. And I wouldn't really recommend you playing Grievous, honestly, in Galactic Assault until you have some of those cards because he's just kind of a joke until you get them, to be honest with you. The cards are really going to make him what's so good. The ability to get your health back, better health regen. Check out his lightsaber damage right here, man. This man can slay. I actually, in this gameplay, I don't have Sith Trained equipped. This streak is without Sith Trained star card. If you didn't know, Sith Trained star card basically makes so your lightsabers are going to do a ton more damage than they normally would. You'll basically be able to one-hit everyone except the heavy once you have them nicely maxed out. So you're going to want to really make sure that gets done early. Luckily, it's one of the first star cards you unlock, so there's no long wait time. You don't have to be, and in general with Grievous' star cards, there's no long wait time. You can just start using his best ones by level 10. That's when you get his health regen star card as well. So yeah, really good news. As you can see, General Grievous cannot hit land speeders for some unknown freaking reason. Just like a lot of stuff in this game, lightsabers have a hard time hitting swoop bikes and tanks. What a pain in the ass, but anyways, enough bitching. Let me tell you some good tips and tricks. Basically, Claw Rush is your bread and butter when you're playing General Grievous. Claw Rush and your lightsaber swings. You have very high lightsaber damage, and Claw Rush is going to help you close the distance, essentially, and escape when you need to. But the most important thing is it's going to kind of knock down enemies as well and knock down enemy heroes, which is going to give you a tremendous advantage when you're assaulting them. Think of it like how when you're playing as Darth Vader, typically when you play as Darth Vader and you're about to attack an enemy hero or someone that's very tough, you'll open up with a force choke, right? Because you want to get them off their feet and you want to make them vulnerable for your lightsaber to kind of swing them to death. Grievous is the same in that he kind of should open with Claw Rush because it's going to make you hard to hit. Think of it as a better version of Force Choke in many ways because you're actually much harder to hit while you're Claw Rushing, and you're doing a knockdown animation on the enemies, which is going to make them much easier for you to swing your lightsaber to death on. In general, see right here, I'm going to take on Han Solo and Luke Skywalker just because I have a little bit of confidence using my Claw Rush to get in and out quickly. Grievous's dodges are really good. They're really going to help you, get in and out of bad situations, and they're really going to help you close the distance so that you can swing to people to death with your lightsabers. Don't use the middle ability. It is a waste of time. Check out there, Claw Rush is able to actually one-hit that officer because I hit him twice with it. I didn't know if I mentioned that. It will actually hit people a couple times and deal more damage. You see what I'm saying? That's a little trick to it. And if you are able to cancel the animation early, the little kick that he does when he cancels it will also damage enemies. So Claw Rush is a really good ability. It's very fun to use, and it's very rewarding in general. It's going to be your bread and butter when you're playing General Grievous, trying to get a fat streak with them. Gave you a lot of information right there, didn't I? Well, I mean, this was a fun streak. I do think Tatooine is a very good map. It's very well suited for Grievous' playstyle because of all these tight corridors. It's much better than a map like a wide open Kashyyyk or a wide open Naboo in some respects. The more close-knit phases are going to give Grievous the ability he needs to shine because he can kind of get in and out. He has a lot of escape routes. Grievous will run and hide as he always does. He is a coward. That statement is true. As you can see there, Thrust Surge is a useless ability. 99% of the time, that ability is just not going to work for you. You saw there I used it on Han Solo. It did help me close the distance, but it didn't hit him. It didn't knock him down, and it did no damage to him. So I would really just not use it often, guys. Just forget about your left ability, forget about your center ability. Just forget about your Buzzsaw center ability and forget about Thrust Surge. It's not worth it because you're going to expect it to work and it's not going to work, and it's just going to cause you a lot more problems than help. So you really only need to focus on your right bumper ability until they patch him or fix him in some way, shape, or form, if they are ever able to, which I don't have a whole lot of confidence in them ever really getting to the bottom of fixing Grievous, because Kylo Ren's Frenzy is a similar ability to Grievous's Thrust Surge, and as you all know, that ability has always been wonky and never really worked out well. So see again right there, Thrust Surge didn't work again. It's just not worth using, guys. And here, check, I'm just using it for gimmicks. I'm just trying out the stupid Buzzsaw ability. Look how little damage it is. I'm not even able to kill that heavy that I'm like swinging to death. I just start getting pissed off and just start swinging the lightsabers to get kills here. Here I'm able to knock down Luke with the nice little spider attack. So yeah, guys, I mean, you're going to have to be fast with Grievous. You're going to have to be able to get in and out. Use your spider, your claw rush to close the distance. And the most important thing is, guys, what you don't realize oftentimes is what is so important about using the claw rush. Well, essentially, that's knocking the enemies on the floor. What happens when the enemies are knocked on the floor? Well, for one thing, they're easier for you to hit. And for another thing, they're not shooting at you. You see what I'm saying? It's much better to close the distance on an enemy that's on the floor and not shooting at you for that split second than it is for an enemy that's unloading in your face because he hasn't been knocked on the floor. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of similar to how you use a force push before. You see, look at how much damage I took right there without knocking him on the floor. You see what I'm saying? And that adds up. That's one trooper. One heavy was able to almost drop all of my health. So it's very important. See here, I actually got into a really bad situation. I used a Yoda, I used a Wookiee, I used all these troopers. I said, I'm just going to claw rush the hell out of there. And you're going to have to do that with Grievous. Grievous is not a Darth Vader. I can't stress that enough. I think a lot of people are going to think going into playing Grievous that he's going to play similar to Darth Vader. The problem there is Darth Vader is a much better tank than General Grievous, and his abilities, Darth Vader has a ranged ability, and Darth Vader's lightsaber swings have much better hit detection. And Darth Vader has an ability that gives him a health boost and that gives him, unlimited stamina. Grievous doesn't have any of those things, and Darth Vader has a block, so Grievous is not similar to Darth Vader. You do not want to think of him like that. He's his own animal. He's really kind of a hit and run hit and run kind of villain that can absolutely dish out a lot of damage with his lightsabers and can get you a lot of eliminations, but he's meant to get in and out with his claw rush and do the damage fast. Check out how hard it was for me to kill Yoda here, man, because I can't close the distance. Thrust Surge doesn't work, and when I get close up on him, I start meleeing, nothing happens. I'm finally able to catch him here at the end with this claw rush. It was not easy, though. Darth Vader would have absolutely murked that Yoda, just picked him up, choked him, and sliced him to death. Grievous can't do that. You see what I'm saying? So play Grievous hit and run. Use Grievous, kind of think of him as a mixture between Darth Maul and Darth Vader, I would say, because he's hit and run, but he does have the damage and a little bit more health. You see what I'm saying? We killed a lot of heroes in this game, actually, and we assisted with the killing of a lot of heroes. Grievous is actually pretty good at that. While he may not have a stun ability, his claw rush will knock enemies on the floor, which is just as good in some cases. So yeah, guys, this is my first pretty good, decent Grievous streak. Just wanted to upload it and give you some tips and tricks. Definitely going to have some better streaks on the way and a full ownage guide to destroying with him, but wanted to give you some initial tips and tricks. But that's it for the video, guys. Be sure to rate, like, comment, subscribe to the video on tons and tons of Star Wars content. Have an awesome day.